How's it going, my Cinema Lemon Nation? Today we're going to be doing a movie review on the movie Napoleon, which just came out, a movie directed by Ridley Scott, written by David Scarpa, as well as starring Joaquin Phoenix and Vanessa Kirby. This film takes audiences on a visually stunning and emotionally gripping journey through the life of Napoleon Bonaparte. Directed by the master of storytelling, the film offers a fresh perspective on the iconic historical figure, blending epic battle scenes with intimate moments that humanize the legendary Emperor Napoleon. Now, I do have to say Joaquin Phoenix's performance in this movie was on point. I absolutely loved his performance due to the fact that he pulls off every single role that he does. He is definitely one of the best, but Joaquin Phoenix is an absolute GOAT in this movie. He walks into this film literally as Napoleon, and sometimes when a very well-known actor comes into this kind of film playing an iconic character or playing a specific character that we're supposed to be feeling like they are that person, there are people like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson who just don't really fit that mesh of, being a specific person. He is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Joaquin Phoenix does a very particular thing when it comes to method acting and really becoming that particular person within the film. Vanessa Kirby also did a fantastic job in this film, giving us a performance that felt pure, and you honestly felt sympathy for this person. She was honestly one of the best characters in this film due to the fact that her story and her background and where she was coming from really gave the story more of that escalated vibe that we were looking for when it came to a full story arc. The cinematography is an absolute triumph, capturing the essence of Napoleon's conquests while also delving into the personal struggles that shape his legacy. From sweeping landscapes of all sorts of military men to literally wiping out armies of millions of people, this definitely immersed me as an audience member in the world back into the 19th century of Europe. I have to say the screenplay was also very well written. It gave me a perspective that there are people out there who can write a good script now. Considering the fact that this is a historical film, it gives the essence of what this actually could accomplish for us as filmmakers and people who are aspiring filmmakers. Ridley Scott is honestly one of the best directors I've ever seen, and that is also coming around to Quentin Tarantino, Christopher Nolan, and of course, Martin Scorsese. While the film doesn't shy away from the darker aspects of Napoleon's rule, it manages to avoid excessive glorification, presenting a more balanced and nuanced portrait. This approach allows audiences to form their own opinions about the historical figure and what comes within that. Now, when you get a little deeper into the film, you follow Napoleon actually making his way to becoming the emperor that everyone knows. This guy literally was ruthless, didn't take any bullshit whatsoever, and I love the fact that they actually put in a historical love story, him fighting his inner demons compared to this one woman who he actually truly loves, but not being able to stop all of the glorified shit that basically wealthy people go through. It's a must-watch for anyone who is interested in history, beautifully capturing the rise and fall of the most iconic figure in world history. Another thing that really stood out to me with this film was the score. Martin Phipps actually did a fantastic job with the scoring of this, and every single time you literally were in a scene, it was awesome. You got the brutality of it. It was so fun because you got to hear the music kind of helping each scene build up its way to becoming a memorable film. There were two particular scenes that I absolutely loved, which there was one particular battle scene where you literally saw a man stuck under a horse screaming his head off in agony, in pain, scared as hell, and it made it super realistic with the VFX and all the things they were also able to do practically within this movie. And also this going back to another sequence where Napoleon was notorious for actually crowning himself. This particular scene was also in the trailer.
I found the crown of France in the gutter and placed it atop my own head.
And that particular scene being such a good motive for Napoleon to be as notorious as he is, having the nobility and the structure for himself, conquering as much as he can, this projecting that he is a believer of being in a higher power. Napoleon takes no for an answer, and that is honestly one of the best aspects of this, of how badass Joaquin Phoenix actually made him. This was an epic movie that I honestly highly suggest for a lot of people to go see in the theater. It gave me such a unique perspective on what they can actually do with historical films as long as they're directed by people like Ridley Scott, or anybody else who is notorious for actually doing a movie at this scale with this much passion and this much love for history. Now, I'm gonna have to rate this film an 8 out of 10. Guys, I loved this movie. It honestly is right there next to Wolf of Wall Street, which Wolf of Wall Street is still one of my all-time favorite movies. Scorsese is amazing for that movie. Thank you for bringing that out. Now, what did you guys think about the movie? Leave your thoughts and comments down below. Subscribe to the Lemon Nation if you haven't already. And as always, guys, don't forget, lemons fly.